All right, welcome back to the Wholesome Financials Podcast. My name is Austin.
Susie.
And today we're talking about the Amex Platinum Card. We're going to talk about why people love it, why it's popular, and why we think it's overrated. So stay tuned towards the end, and we'll get into that. And then at the end of the podcast episode, we just ask personal questions and just dive into our daily lives. And so let's jump into it. So we're going to go over some of the specs of the Amex Platinum Card, give you our comment on it. And just so you know, my wife and I were funding experts. We've worked with hundreds of clients. We've gotten over $5-6 million in funding for our clients. And so we're very, very familiar and well-versed with business credit cards, business funding, term loans, any type of alternative funding. And so that's a perspective that we're giving on this video of like, hey, the Amex Platinum Card from that perspective, specifically the business card.
Yep.
Is this a good card for you if you are a business owner? And so it could work for you, but in some cases it could not. So that's what we're going to talk about. So starting with the specs, let's talk about what people love about this card. And let's dive into maybe just starting with the most attractive part about any card, the welcome bonus, right? So what welcome bonus do people can expect, and how is that used?
Yeah, so starting off, it's probably one of the biggest welcome bonuses in the market, anywhere from like 120 to 150. Sometimes on like a certain type of month or a certain referral link, you can get up to like 200,000, sign up bonuses.
Yeah.
Now you do have to spend at least 15,000 within the first 3 years.
Yeah,
3 months. But honestly, if you have a high spend business, that's usually pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't, there are other ways manufacturer spend. You can probably look it up on Google and find out how to manufacture spend and hit the minimum sign up bonus.
Yeah. And honestly, like 200,000 Amex points is if you travel, it has the equivalent of maybe $2,000
Yeah.
if you do 1 cent per point, which is really lucrative. Amex is one of the better credit cards. They have a lot of transfer partners, kind of like Chase. Amex is even more flexible, so those points can go a long way. And so in that case, it could be attractive if you're traveling. Which you're going to see that a lot of the perks are catered towards travelers, people that travel often, and so. That's one reason to get it. The next perk, like I mentioned, in the same breadth of travel is obviously if you have the Amex Platinum Business Card, you can get into the Amex. You can get into the Centurion Lounge, which is awesome, especially because those lounges are everywhere. Now, if you travel solo or if you're just like a part of a group but you only represent yourself, then I think it could be cool. Being a part of Amex Lounge is an awesome experience.
Yeah,
just being in an airport lounge in general.
It makes the whole flying experience that much better.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you don't got to pay for airport food. You can relax and chill out. Sometimes they got showers in there.
Liquor, if you're into that.
Yep.
I personally like going to the airport early. Before I'm getting there at the time I need to be there. I'm not trying to be there early. With the lounges, I want to be there 2 hours early.
Yeah, no, it changes the experience 100%. Yeah. But if you travel, like for us, we travel with our whole family. We go everywhere together. So that doesn't necessarily make this card attractive if you travel with multiple people because the Centurion Lounge, Amex has tightened their restrictions, making it harder for people to bring in their +2s or +3s, mostly because people have a lot of bad kids running around, and the people that paid premium price for this card was not happy about it. So I would actually recommend the Venture X card because you can get into a lot of priority pass lounges and bring whoever you want.
So I think it's like $200 per person that you want to add.
Something like that. It's like 50 plus. So, I mean, regardless, it's a lot for one day, for a couple hours, right?
Yeah, makes no sense.
Yeah. So that's another big point, big perk. And then you can get 5X on flights and prepaid hotels through the Amex Travel Portal. Okay. So that's another premium travel perk. And then they also do statement credits, right? Depending on the product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you run, like a software business, they give about $400 in Dell credits. So Dell, like computers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Also, if you outsource your hiring through Indeed, you get like an Indeed credit, about $360. Adobe, about $150. So if you're, documents or photoshopping, whatever you need to do.
So it's even with the same vein, here's the thing also when it comes to just buying credit cards or using specific credit cards, if you're going to apply for one, you have to make sure that the perks are actually realistic, that you're really going to use them. Some of them have perks and it sounds good, but like for example, we had a card that it had a perk to like a wine magazine where it give you free 3 months for the subscribe to this magazine. I don't care about a wine magazine. So like, but if you're into that, that makes the card a little bit more attractive. So the perks have to make sense.
Exactly.
Because the perks are the thing that are going to make the annual fee make sense.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So that's why it's so important to make sure when you're looking at a card, like, hey, am I going to get my value worth? And right now, this card's annual fee is like $600, $700, like $695 or something.
If not the highest, it's one of the highest in the marketplace.
Yeah.
As far as annual fees go.
So the sign-up bonus isn't enough to keep this card year after year, but maybe the Centurion Lounge, maybe, I don't know. There's other cards that give you great access to lounges. But if if you're going to use $400 in Dell credits, if you're going to use 300 plus in Indeed or Adobe, then okay, then you're getting your value back. But these are some of the reasons why people love this card. And then also there's every major card that has an annual fee, you get global entry in TSA PreCheck. Pay for that's you get a credit back if you pay for it with the card. And every standard card that has an annual fee has this though.
Yeah, so this isn't like a standalone perk with this card. So
but it does shave off $100 off of that $695. Like but if you have TSA PreCheck, it's for 5 years. Global entry, so you don't need this every year. You know what I mean?
No.
So,
yeah.
But I highly recommend getting that too if you don't have it. Also, you can get an upgrade on like luxury brands. Marriott Bonvoy card, Hilton Honors, no foreign transaction fees. And the limits, you don't necessarily get limits with Amex, right?
They're called charge cards. So how charge cards work is that they won't give you a limit. You can, in theory, spend $50,000 in one transaction, but you have to pay that off within the statement credit for the next month. So within 30 days, you have to pay that off.
Yeah.
And it's highly, highly encouraged that you pay it off because the interests are huge. I'm talking about 23. I've seen as high as like 28 sometimes. So like it doesn't make sense to carry a balance with this card. This card is not the card to be leaving a balance. And if you are, I promise you're getting burned up with interest. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's nasty. So those are some of the specs. Those are some of the things that people like about this card. Now, we're going to be extremely honest, extremely blunt. For a business card, honestly, even as a personal card, but as a business card, there's a couple of things why we think it's overrated. And as we mentioned before, starting off, the annual fee, $695.
That's egregious. But if you're in the military and you're active,
true.
This fee can be waived off. The
what?
The fee.
Oh, the annual fee is waived if you're active military. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I got my tongue tied.
Yeah, sorry. It's the baguettes. You're speaking French for a second.
It's the French and Colombian mix, I guess.
So yeah, if you're in the active military, annual fees are waived. So I would highly go ahead and get the card, get into the Centurion Lounge.
If you're in the military, get this card right now. Leave this podcast after it's done and go apply.
Yeah.
If you have a good credit.
Yeah, but if you're not traveling a lot, the Centurion Lounge to me is the best perk. All the other perks honestly don't really make sense. $400 Dell credit. I don't know who spent $400 a Dell. I mean, just Dell.
I mean, unless you have an IT company, an IT consulting, and that's your primary software.
Sure.
But I haven't met anybody that.
It's only $400. We're still down $295 from the $695. So I don't see how the $695 makes sense, other than maybe potentially getting the sign up bonus if you plan on spending $15K in 3 months. I don't know, but the $695 every single year. That's tough to pay to keep the card. It's kind of hard for me to justify keeping this card on the annual fee alone. So I think, especially when you have you got the Chase Business Unlimited, right? The Chase Business cards have 0 annual fee.
And they have nice points.
Sign up bonuses, they're competitive. They can send to the major. So if you're just getting this for a travel card, it doesn't make sense unless you travel a lot and you very highly value the Centurion Lounge and you're only able to go in and you're okay going in by yourself solo. Okay, maybe.
If you're a bachelor and you travel a lot for work, get the card. Yeah. You're flying out 2 to 3 times in a month. Yeah. This is probably the card you want to get.
100%. So the lounge perks and credit, they're only great if you already live that lifestyle. And like we already mentioned, like Dell, Adobe, Indeed, like not everybody uses
That's
these in
not
their business.
something that if we get this card, we'll never use that. Like
Yeah.
we're not in Indeed, we're not in debt. We don't need that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So I like that. And as we mentioned, we highly recommend 0% APR cards.
Yeah.
Right. That's if you want to get a 0% APR card. Those are the best. So it's kind of hard justifying for us encouraging getting a card, which it's a charge card, number one. And two, it's got such a high annual fee for your business, especially if you're looking for funding. This isn't the card that you want.
This isn't the card. Now, if you're into flexing and you want to look cool when
Yeah.
you're paying and you're at the cash register, or you're trying to impress a girl on a date, like, be my guest, pay $6.95, but this isn't a cool thing to walk around with and pay $6.95 for.
No, yeah, especially when you can get, like we mentioned, 0% interest, business unlimited card from Chase. You can get it 75K limit, 0% interest,
Yeah.
and it has no annual fee. What? So points, yeah, that's cool. You get a sign bonus, but Chase gives you points too. But you can get points plus 0% APR. That's what entrepreneurs actually need
no
most.
annual fee.
Plus no annual fee. That's what entrepreneurs need most. And so if you're considering getting the Amex Platinum, I don't see, unless you're traveling a lot and you just do it, I don't see an actual reason to get this card.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I think it's overrated. I think it's overhyped.
It's overrated.
It's just to say I got it, like you said. It's just a flex. $700 is not flex worthy. Not for flex.
No.
No.
Some people like the way it feels because it's literal titanium and it sounds nice when you drop it.
Dope.
I don't care how nice it sounds. I'm not paying $700 so I can hear it sound nice.
No. It looks good in your wallet, sure, but is it helping your cash flow or is it boosting your ego? Right. These are questions you got to ask yourself. So, our 2 cents, if you're running an operation, if you are just starting to scale, don't get caught up in the Amex hype. Now, I do agree there are some great Amex products that exist, like the Amex Blue Business Plus.
Yep, and the Blue Business Cash, the 0% business cards they have.
We're fans of 0%. We're 0% gang. We need some T-shirts that just say 0%, right? That'd be pretty cool.
That's going to be our next set of T-shirts, 0% gang.
Yeah, 0% gang. No interest gang here. Like, we're a big fan of that. And then also, if you're big on traveling, which we really are, we really enjoy traveling, it still doesn't make sense. I would rather get the Amex Gold or something like that. But if you're going for your business, if you're looking for funding and you're trying to get the best from the Amex family, a best Amex product, I would highly recommend the Amex Blue Business Cash or Blue Business Plus. That makes way more sense. The Amex Business Platinum is overrated. The Amex Platinum card is overrated, in my opinion. So it's built. That card is built for people that are already rich. You're not the startup hustler. You're not the startup entrepreneur. You got money. You're just like, okay. If you're trying to get started, if you're trying to build up your credit history or whatever the case may be, looking for a good travel card, this ain't the card for you.
It's not. Cards
like Chase Inc., the Bank of America Business Advantage, or even I picked Navy Federal over. I picked this card.
Yeah,
I picked the Go Biz card.
And we're not fans of the Navy Fed card either. Watch the other video we already made talking about it.
Yeah, we link it in the description.
But I'll take that over this.
Yeah, 100%. So, what are your thoughts? Do you have the Amex Business Platinum? What do you like? Why do you love it? Does it actually make sense to you, or is it just a flex, or is it just hype? From our perspective, as business credit card experts, it makes no sense why this card exists, other than they're playing the people that like keeping up with the Joneses. Outside of that, you can get the same level of Amex points with an Amex Gold, and that one has that annual fee is half.
Like $375.
Yeah, and it's got some perks and stuff that you can actually use,
like food.
Yeah, 100% Uber credit, things like that. But for a business card, for a top tier business card, I'm running over to Chase every single time.
Absolutely.
So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, also, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for business funding, you're trying to get some guidance on how to get 0% interest business cards to grow and scale your business, or you're just looking for funding in general for your business, and you've heard about business credit cards, maybe that's why you clicked this video, because you were interested in the Amex Platinum card, we can help you out. This is something that we do full time. Check out the videos on our channel. Click the link in our description or in the pinned comment to apply to work with us. We help entrepreneurs secure $50,000 to $250,000 plus and 0% interest funding for their business, guaranteed with our proven system. But we also encourage entrepreneurs that maybe you're looking for revenue, something revenue based. Your credit score is low, but your business is cash flowing and it's making, $5K or $10K or $100K a month or something like that.
We can help too.
100%. We that's our job as financial consultants in this space. To give recommendations and help educate. We're really financial educators, but we walk through people and we have mentorship. And so we highly recommend click the link in the pinned comment or go to our website or even reach out. Maybe you just need some help with your LLC, with your credit, your personal credit, or with your business, trying to get some funding. We can help you with that. All you got to do is reach out and shoot us a message.
All right.
So we love you guys. Peace with you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.